Gary and Shawn, let me start by saying happy 20th anniversary on your amazing partnership. A lot of people can have a vision of what they want to create, but very few carry it out to fruition. Not only have you two successfully achieved what you set out to do, you've built a network of amazing employees, partners, and friends along the way. You've provided a great place to work for all of us for so long, and we want you to know how much we appreciate your efforts in taking CS3 to where it is today. Too often we overlook saying thanks, even though you both try to show us on a regular basis how valuable we really are to the whole operation. So we decided to do this little video to let you know how valuable you are. There'll be no singing or dancing. After all, this is a group of accountants and consultants. It's just some heartfelt words as our way of saying thanks for taking us along for the ride. Grab a Kleenex and enjoy.
When I think of Gary, the word that comes to mind is strategic. He's one of those guys that kind of analyzes every situation, every opportunity, and tries to take advantage of anything that might come up, and you can kind of see how his thought and planning process comes together.
One word to describe Shawn Slavin, I would say jovial. Any guy that can cycle and wear a tutu at the same time, pretty jovial to me. Plus, his one-liners always seem to make me chuckle. No matter how the day's going, those one-liners that Shawn blurts out always seem to get me going.
I'm at Mount Rushmore. Gary, I decided on the word boss. I admire people who are bosses because of their entrepreneurship, vision, forward-looking administrative stuff, benefits, turmoil. There's a lot of work. The partnerships, building relationships, getting to know people that say, new hires, I'm glad I don't have to do it. That's my word, boss. I appreciate you being the boss, Gary.
So when I think of Shawn, I think of Mr. Network, and that if there's anything that you are needing to get done, he knows the right person to help you out so that you can get your goal accomplished, and that just helps CS3 to be a wonderful place. Thanks.
When I think of Gary, I think of non-anxious. I don't know if there's a word to describe non-anxious, but he is always level-headed, and he is always thinking about how he can relate to the situation and be more creative in his thinking. So, non-anxious.
Shawn, happy 20th anniversary. It's so good to be able to send this message to you. I was asked to think of a word that came to mind when I thought of you. And the first word that leaped to mind was welcome. Making a person feel welcome is a great kindness, and you always do that. Whether I was visiting your office, but actually what I was thinking of is that you always seem to be the first person or one of the first people I see when I'm at ITA, and you always have a hug and a kind word and a warm welcome. Anytime I went to Tulsa, you always made me feel welcome and a part of the CS3 family. So thank you very much for that. I know that your son is a chef, and so I have this quote from Shakespeare, and it says that small cheer and great welcome makes a merry feast. And I bet that there are always merry feasts where you're involved because you're always so good at making people feel welcome. Again, congratulations on your 20th anniversary. What a very special occasion, and thank you for letting me be a small part of it.
My one word for Gary is patience. Gary has the patience and careful decision making that it takes to run a successful long-term business. Gary knew he would have to be patient when he invested in me to learn a new industry.
My word is friendship. I'm proud to call both Gary and Shawn my friends. They've always been there for anything I've needed and always watching out for me. What more could I ask for from my friends?
Welcome to our morning Sonic run. While I'm waiting for my Route 44 Diet Dr. Pepper, I thought I would tell you a little bit about one of my bosses, Shawn Slavin. When I think of the word whimsical, I think of Shawn. With his crazy golf pants and his cool ties and his fun posts about the day it is, like Happy Donut Day or Happy Dog Day, I think of whimsical. And Shawn makes me think of the phrase, you do you. And Shawn does Shawn very well. and his qualities help make our company a strong, great place to work. Strong team, great place to work. And he encourages us to be who we are and to bring our strengths to the company. So thank you, Shawn, for your whimsy and for all you do to make it a great place to work at CS3.
So, happy anniversary. I have one word that describes Gary: lake. Because he's the guy that helps fund all my trips for the lake. I have one word that describes Shawn. It's lake. Because he's the guy that encourages me to go to the lake. So happy anniversary to two of the greatest guys I know.
So when I think about Gary, I think of all the times that he has been a great information sharer and a great knowledge sharer, whether it's online or at conference or in our team meetings, and I know that that's a great pillar for CS3, and that's exactly where it's come from, and that's one of the reasons that makes CS3 great. So thank you, Gary, for being a great knowledge sharer.
Shawn. There's a lot of words that I came up with trying to think about Shawn. I'm not sure yet which one I'm going to pick. I think I have to go with smart. You know, I thought about anal, but anal in a good way. And I thought about distractible. I have to admit that Shawn's smarter than me. Shawn helps keep it straight. I'm always impressed with when I hear Sherry talking about a demonstration that Shawn's done with Acumatica or Sage 100, how she invariably says that he nailed it. I know how tough it is, and I respect Shawn for that. All the projects that he's got going all the time, how he keeps those all juggled at the same time, I have some admiration there. He has top of mind things that take me a while to digest. So I admire Shawn. I respect him. I just want to say I think Shawn's smart.
Hey Shawn, congratulations on 20 years in business with Gary. When Chris asked me to come up with one word to describe you, the one that came immediately to mind was feet. Congrats, and here's to another 20.
When I think about Gary, the word that comes to mind is visionary. He's always looking for the best new venture for CS3. As the software world continues to change, he continually investigates and identifies ways for us to change and grow right along with it. Thanks for keeping CS3 fresh and new, even after 20 years.
So I couldn't think of a way to describe either one of you with just one word, but I did find one word that described both of you pretty well. And the word I thought of was supportive. Whether or not someone needs a resource to complete a project or has a cause that they'd like to support, or a child needs to go through college, both of you are pretty quick to jump in and be supportive no matter what it takes for the people around you. So I just want to say thanks for being supportive and congratulations on 20 years in business together.
Ah, yes. When I think of Gary, I think of his strong belief in God and how that faith translates to his faithfulness to his family, friends, company, and employees. His stability and devotion is what I admire the most about Gary. Happy 20th anniversary, Gary.
When I think of Shawn, I think of present. He always seems to be extraordinarily focused on the moment that he's in and doesn't deviate much from that. So, present.
Gary and Shawn, this is take number 3 on the video. The last one was too long and I couldn't email it to Chris, so here goes. Just wanted to tell you that happy anniversary, and it's been very enjoyable working for you, and I hope to continue working for you for a while. And just wanted to tell you how much I admire the two men that I work for and that are my bosses. Happy anniversary again.
So I finally thought of another word to describe Gary, and that word is brilliant, because the apple does not fall far from the tree.
One of the main words I think of when I think of Gary is calculating, because I feel like in every decision, whatever he's doing, he takes the time, he uses his common sense and his reasoning and his past experiences to make those decisions, which is extremely important when you're running a company. So we are very lucky to have you.
I don't even like Gary and Shawn. This place sucks. I don't even like it here. What? What do you want me to say? No, I'm not doing this. Are you just like gonna slice all this together?
Yes.
You're gonna make it sound the worst possible.
Yes. Say Gary, Shawn's really bald.
Well, I am too. What do you, I don't work here. There you go. You can just splice that in.
Well, say it.
Happy anniversary, Gary and Shawn. That's about 5 minutes. I'll go ahead and bill you for an hour.
When I think of Shawn, the word that definitely comes to mind is intelligent. I have not met someone, or not met many people that know what they know so well. You can go and ask him a question, and maybe a 5-second question, but he can rattle on and name off 20 other things you didn't know in the next 5 minutes after that.
Yes, Mom.
Welcome back to our morning Sonic run. I'm still waiting for my Route 44 Diet Dr. Pepper. So I'll tell you about my other boss, Gary. When I think of the word supportive and safety, I think of my boss, Gary. Gary is so great at building a strong, cohesive team and is terrific at supporting us when we need upper management support, whether it be with a customer or with a software company like Sage. He's there to support us in any way he can to help us do our jobs. And that helps make it a great place to work at CS3. So thank you, Gary, for all you do.
When I think of Gary, I think of the word diplomat, because he's tactful and skillful at managing delicate situations or people, clients, or, I don't know, projects.
Shawn and Gary, hey, congratulations on all the years of success in your business. I just wanted to thank you for being nice. Nice to your employees, nice to your clients, and just being nice guys. It may sound simple, but a lot of times people don't get that from owners. So congratulations and thank you for being nice guys.
Oh, Shawn, it's tough to pick one word that would describe you, but I would say passionate is the word that best describes you, in my opinion. I've never met a man more dedicated to our clients' needs, to the CS3 team members, the organizations that he champions, or to golf. He is all in when it comes to what he loves.
Hey, Shawn and Gary, congrats on 20 years in business, and I can't wait to get started here. Thank you for the opportunity.
If I had to use one word that describes Gary and Shawn, I would say they are kindness and generosity. Wait, that's 2 words, but they regularly encourage their employees. They support them personally and professionally. They really take the time to let us know that we are valued to them and to the company. It's not something that you find often at a lot of companies. So it's really refreshing to see here at CS3. And so thank you, Shawn and Gary, for being both true gentlemen and leaders.
My one word to describe Gary Crouch would be poker face, because I can't tell on the calls if he's serious or if he's giving me a hard time. So that's how I describe Gary, poker face.
Shawn, on the other hand, has none of this. I'm kidding. My one word to describe Shawn is integrity. Also crucial to running a successful business. Shawn displays integrity on a daily basis. I see it as I'm also in the office, usually every day.
When I think of Shawn, I think of the word shepherd, because he protects and guides and watches over his team. No, not his sheep, just his team. And he's not a sheepdog, but he's a shepherd.
Hi, Gary. Happy 20th anniversary. I am so honored to be asked to talk to you on this very special occasion. And I know this might be an odd word for a CPA, and I'm going to trust that Chris and Sherry will keep this from the AI CPA in case it might taint your reputation as a numbers guy. But the first word I thought of when I thought of you was sparkle. You always have a sparkle in your eyes, and I don't know if that's because you're just delighting in life or that you see humor in every situation. Whatever it is, I admire it. There's a quote by the great philosopher and poet Anonymous that says, "Life won't sparkle unless you do." And that is exactly how I feel about you. Thank you so much for being such a wonderful part of my career over the years, and congratulations on your 20th anniversary. Keep sparkling.
Okay, Shawn. The word I think about when I think about Shawn is dynamic, because I feel like when you're around him, you can't help but be affected by his contagious energy and his drive and desire to move forward in all situations, no matter what.
Hey Gary, congratulations on 20 years of business. When Chris asked me to come up with a word to describe you, respect immediately came to my mind. You've always shown me respect throughout the years, and hopefully we've been able to do the same thing to you. So here's to another 20.
When I think of Shawn, I think of his faith in God and his faithfulness to his employees, always there to assist and provide any needed resources. His devotion and dependability to his employees is what I admire most. Happy 20th anniversary, Shawn.
So guys, what happened?
What happened?
I needed some help with the subtitles for this video, so I hired a Trey to translate.
Bruno says he needed some help with the subtitles for his video, so he asked me to translate.
Trey is leaving the company.
I'm leaving the company.
So we will not have 20 years together.
So we will not have 20 years working together.
We had 9 months together, pregnancy.
We had 9 months, a pregnancy.
And we had a good time together, not in the gay sense.
And we had a good time together, not in a homosexual way.
I cannot imagine it 20 years together.
He cannot, and we cannot imagine 20 years in business together.
Congrats, Gary and Shawn.
Congratulations, Gary and Shawn.
I want to express how much we all appreciate having a place like CS3 to work. I know there's been some great times, there's been some tough times, and we all know and appreciate all the hard work that you've both put in to make CS3 the company it is today. Over the years, I've seen a lot of changes, starting with Crouch Sellers and Slavin, to Crouch Slavin and Company, and to today, CS3 Technology and CS3 Advisors. I want you to know that we're all happy to be part of the team and wish us all continued success for the years to come. Thank you both.